Have you ever put on a beige sweater and thought, why do I look so tired? I've been there too, and the truth is, it's not the color itself, it's the shade. In this video, I'm showing you the right neutrals that actually brighten your skin tone and make your outfits look chic after 50. I've styled hundreds of women who thought neutrals made them look washed out until they tried this approach, and the difference is dramatic. Stay with me, because the one neutral I used to avoid for years is now the color I wear the most. When I talk about the psychology of softness in fashion, I'm really talking about how colors make us feel and how they make others perceive us. Soft neutrals, like warm ivories, creamy beiges, and blush taupes, have this calming, approachable quality that feels so different from stark black or bright white. They're gentler on the skin, especially as we mature, and they don't create that harsh contrast that can sometimes emphasize fine lines or uneven texture. Instead, these softer neutrals reflect light in a flattering way, making your complexion appear warmer and more radiant. I've noticed that when women in their 50s swap a crisp white blouse for a soft ivory one, they instantly look fresher. It's almost like turning on a soft filter in real life. That's the subtle but powerful effect of the right neutral. What's also fascinating is how these shades can change the mood of your outfit. A cream cardigan layered over a taupe camisole gives off a completely different vibe than the same cardigan over a stark white base. One feels cozy and feminine, while the other feels sharper and more businesslike. That's the psychology of softness. It lets you control the tone of your outfit in a way that feels natural, not forced. If you've been reaching for brights because you think neutrals are boring, try mixing 2 or 3 soft neutrals together instead. Picture cream trousers with a sand sweater and a camel belt. Suddenly, your look is modern, layered, and anything but plain. And don't be afraid to add just one pop of color. A burgundy bag or an emerald scarf against those soft neutrals makes the whole outfit come alive without overwhelming it. Now let's move into another reason why neutrals are so powerful. They act as a canvas for emotion. Neutrals give you the freedom to express yourself through texture, accessories, or even just that one bold detail you add on top. For example, a simple grey knit dress might feel minimal on its own, but pair it with chunky gold jewelry or a silk scarf in burnt orange, and suddenly the outfit communicates warmth and confidence. The neutral itself doesn't fight for attention, it supports your style story. And that's especially helpful after 50, because we don't always want our clothes to overpower us. Instead, we want them to enhance what's already there. A palette of beige, camel, and cream can be styled differently depending on the emotion you want to project. Soft and inviting with layered knits, or strong and refined with sharp tailoring. The trick is choosing neutrals that don't wash you out. If beige tends to drain your skin tone, switch to camel or ivory, or mix in textures like suede, leather, or chunky knits to give depth. And then, bring in one pop of color. Maybe it's a coral lipstick, maybe it's a structured navy handbag. That little detail gives your outfit personality without breaking the harmony of neutrals. What I love most is how versatile these pieces are. You can wear a camel blazer over a white tee with jeans one day, then style it with tailored trousers the next, and it always feels fresh. And to make it easier, I've added links in the description box below with some really good neutral pieces that go with so many outfits. These are items you'll reach for again and again, because once you start treating neutrals as your style canvas, everything else just falls into place. One of the biggest shifts I've noticed in my own style after 40, and I hear the same from so many women over 50, is this craving for intentional dressing. We're no longer chasing every trend that pops up on Instagram or buying clothes just because they're in. Instead, it's about creating a wardrobe that feels thoughtful, functional, and true to who we are now. That's exactly where neutrals shine. A palette built around camel, ivory, grey, and even deep navy works like a safety net. You can mix almost any piece together, and it just works. A camel coat, for example, isn't just a seasonal piece. Pair it with a white blouse and jeans for everyday chic, or layer it over a black dress for evening. It has that versatility that doesn't feel wasteful. Neutrals let you build a conscious wardrobe that's smaller but infinitely more wearable. What I also love about neutrals for the conscious woman is the ease they bring. A soft grey sweater will work with camel trousers just as beautifully as it will with dark denim. A white blouse, one of my absolute staples, can shift from businesslike under a blazer to weekend casual with rolled-up sleeves and neutral flats. When you lean into neutrals, you don't need a closet bursting with options, you just need the right pieces. And to keep things from feeling flat, play with undertones. If beige tends to wash you out, look for a warmer camel or a deeper taupe. Then, don't forget to add one pop of color, like a burgundy crossbody bag or even a bright silk scarf. That little accent gives energy to your look, while the neutrals keep everything grounded and wearable. Now let's talk about the part that takes neutrals from plain to stunning. Texture, tone, and touch. This is where the magic happens. A camel coat on its own is classic, but when it's made of wool with that soft brushed finish, suddenly it feels like quiet luxury. A white blouse can look clinical if it's too stiff, but choose one in silk or a soft cotton blend, and it drapes beautifully on the body. A soft grey sweater becomes elevated when it's cashmere instead of plain jersey. Texture adds depth to neutrals, which is so important because it stops them from looking flat or one-dimensional. That's why tonal layering is one of my favorite tricks, pairing different shades of the same neutral. Imagine an ivory knit layered under a cream blazer with beige trousers. It's tonal, it's elegant, and it looks like you've put thought into your outfit without trying too hard. Tone matters just as much. Choosing the right undertone in your neutrals can make or break your outfit. Cooler skin tones tend to glow in icy greys, stone, and optic white, while warmer tones shine in camel, ivory, and sand. If you're unsure, stand by a mirror in natural light and hold up the colors. You'll see immediately which ones brighten you and which ones drain you. And here's the key to keeping neutrals lively. Add one pop of color. It could be as simple as a pair of emerald earrings, a wine-colored handbag, or even just a swipe of coral lipstick. That single pop keeps the neutrals looking modern instead of muted. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you find yourself leaning toward warm neutrals like camel and ivory, or do you prefer the cooler tones like grey and stone? Let me know in the comments below, because I always enjoy seeing which palettes you feel most at home in. Here's the thing a lot of women don't realize, neutrals today are actually the new bold. I know that sounds surprising because we usually associate boldness with bright colors, but think about it. Anyone can throw on a red jacket and instantly grab attention. But when a woman walks into a room wearing a head-to-toe camel outfit, layered with tonal pieces, like a camel coat, beige trousers, and a soft tan sweater, she makes just as strong of a statement, but in a quieter, more intentional way. It's that sense of modern confidence, choosing to stand out without screaming for attention, that makes neutrals such a powerful style choice after 50. They're bold because they show you're comfortable in your own skin and your own style. What I also love about neutrals as the new bold is how they highlight your personal touches. A white blouse under a camel blazer feels refined, but add a pop of color, a burgundy handbag, emerald earrings, or even a bright silk scarf, and suddenly your outfit has a personality that still feels cohesive. The neutral base gives you room to play without overwhelming your look. And here's a little trick. When layering neutrals, mix textures to keep the outfit elevated. A wool camel coat with silk trousers and a suede shoe, for example, looks far more striking than just pairing similar fabrics together. The mix of tones and textures is what makes neutrals feel like a bold fashion choice, not an afterthought. And if you're thinking, okay, I love the idea of bold neutrals, but how do I make them look truly luxurious without spending a fortune? That's exactly what we're getting into next. Stay with me, because this next part is where neutrals transform from everyday basics into what I call a quiet luxury. Quiet luxury has become one of the most talked about style movements lately, and for good reason. It's not about wearing loud logos or chasing fast trends, it's about investing in quality, subtle details, and pieces that feel timeless. And nothing embodies quiet luxury better than neutrals. Think of a soft grey cashmere sweater. It doesn't need embellishments, it speaks for itself. Or a beautifully tailored camel coat that you can wear over jeans one day and a dress the next. These pieces don't scream for attention, but they always look elevated, no matter how you style them. That's the power of quiet luxury. You let the craftsmanship and the simplicity do the talking. The key to pulling off quiet luxury is in the mix. A white silk blouse tucked into taupe trousers looks refined, but when you add texture, say a suede handbag or leather boots, the outfit suddenly feels far more expensive than it actually is. And remember, quiet luxury doesn't mean boring. Adding one pop of color is what keeps it modern. I often love pairing camel and cream with a deep forest green handbag or a bold lip color. It's understated but unforgettable. Quiet luxury is all about balance, mixing tones, textures, and just the right hint of color to create an outfit that looks as though it was styled with intention, even if it only took you a few minutes. If you enjoyed this video, you are going to love what I have coming up next. I'm sharing the easiest way to build a capsule wardrobe for fall, and trust me, it ties perfectly into what we've just covered. Because once you master neutrals, creating a capsule wardrobe becomes effortless. You'll see how pieces like your camel coat, white blouse, and soft grey sweater can mix and match into endless outfits.